Welcome back to the AFRIMMA podcast, your go-to spot for everything amazing in African music. It's your girl, Nathan Spain, and we are doing it again. Edom, are you ready?
Oh, yeah. Well, I think we caused some trouble last week.
We did.
No. Big A caused some trouble last week.
Yeah, Big A. Like, hold on. Why'd you do them like that?
I didn't like. I just dropped it like it is.
Okay. Well, you definitely caused a lot of people to agree, but a lot of people had a lot of things to say.
Wait. People had opinions?
What did they?
Okay, let's hear it.
Just for starters, the video did like over 60,000 views within the first few days, over 100 plus comments, over almost 200 shares. So they were talking. I mean, what you had to say touched a few people's nerves.
He's an influencer now.
I think I think I said what people have been waiting to hear. People didn't know. I just like a reality check.
Right.
So I mean that's the reason why I had all that response.
No, absolutely. And see, when we was talking last week, we need that though. You were saying that it's going to take some of the OGs. It's going to take the awareness to be brought to the surface, and you definitely kicked it off.
True.
So we were talking about how African artists are doing very well right now, but Americans played no part. That was the topic on this particular post.
True.
So I'm going to just read a few comments. I just want to know how you feel about it.
Drum roll.
So one person said, "Sir, with all due respect, your statement is not entirely true. Drake played a big part in the Afrobeats wave taking off."
Yeah. Okay. I mean, that's their own opinion. My opinion, because they're seeing it from a different perspective. I was part of the journey. I know exactly what it took for Drake to even notice Wizkid. Wizkid at that point was the biggest thing out of Africa.
Right.
So it's not like it was the right time. Drake jumped on it at the right time. And you also have to understand that it took years of knocking on those doors for even Drake to pay attention. So it wasn't like what I said. I didn't say, today. The Americans and the Africans are collaborating and they're working together, and what they're doing right now is mutually beneficial to both parties. But whereas back in the days, they didn't know or believe in our numbers. They didn't understand that it's about 250 million in just Nigeria.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So it took a while for them to see that. So the Drake Wizkid collaboration came. It was way long overdue.
Right.
It was way long overdue.
So what part of the message do you think they're not understanding? Because like you said, it's their opinion versus our opinion, which is cool. Everybody has their own opinion. But what are they not understanding about what you're saying?
The Africans, what they not understand is that the Africans built that African music industry. The Africans built Afrobeats. It's our music.
Right.
We originated it. We promoted the heck out of it.
Yep.
There was no help. Nobody came and said, "Oh, let's just go to Africa and help these struggling artists and collaborate with them and bring them over here and do stuff with them." No.
No, exactly.
It was the Africans actually bringing the American hip-hop artists and rappers and R&B stars to Africa, paying them millions of dollars, bring them on the plane and bringing them out there to Africa to headline shows.
Right. No, absolutely. And I feel like what they didn't understand and what you're saying is like, first off, how can somebody else or how can another culture build a culture if they're not from there, if they don't know the music? You can't say someone else introduced people to something if they're not even from there. How could they start? Now, what they can do is if they learn about it, then they share that. Yeah. But they didn't create the way. They didn't start the way. They're not from the area to do it, you know? So that's exactly what I wanted to hear, because I just feel like that was kind of they didn't understand, I think, based on those comments. I agree with what they're trying to say, but what we're saying versus what they're replying to is kind of like not the same thing. Who was the first artist to probably or first few artists to help introduce it is one thing, but to discover it, to build it, that's a whole nother, a whole nother situation. So going into African Americans and Africans, there's another comment that says, African Americans are conditioned to dislike Africans and the culture. I deal with them every day. Now, I got to talk about it because y'all are African and I'm African American and we loving each other. So what is he talking about? Like,
no, but it's just,
what?
It's just the way how life goes. You always will have those bad ex, or
goodness,
or the ones that have the bad.
But
experience.
That's in any culture,
exactly. And then the ones that had the bad experience. We all have bad experiences. I'm sure. An African American has hated an African, and an African has hated an African American. It's just life, but it's not. That's just a little number. That's just a little percentage of the population. You know what I'm saying? But the African Americans and Africans, we all do get along.
Of course we do. But why do you feel like they're saying we're conditioned not to?
No,
like what? How is that even a thing?
It's just the way I feel like, like I've been in America for almost 30 years, so I understand the different stereotypes. You understand what I'm saying? Like sometimes African Americans, or some of them that are not really fully aware of the whole thing, the whole situation. Some of them think like when we come out here, they hand us, checks, money, everything.
Yeah.
Like everything is being handed to us, and that's why most of us are doing very well. And they don't understand that we're doing better or doing well. Not better. A lot of African Americans are doing great things,
right.
But the little our little numbers, we're doing it. Most of us are doing great because we came from nothing. We came from poverty.
Right.
So we came out here, and when you come out here, you don't have a choice.
And you get a
struggle and hustle.
Right.
And when you live in home, everybody just. Your family members, your uncles, your friends, everybody's looking at you like you're going to represent the whole community. Like you go out there, stay focused. We want to have you come out here, a doctor, a lawyer. Like you have to win.
Right.
So you're coming out here, and you're by the back of your head, and they also sending you messages every day. They
send me money.
Send
me money.
Exactly. Send me money. Exactly. Send money home, and when that money is not coming home, then you're not doing well. So when you come out here, you just have to fight really hard, and especially, like I said earlier, coming from nothing, and you come out here. I remember back in the days when I first came to America, I was living with my brother. Then, I opened the fridge. It was like all kinds of ice creams, all kinds of chocolate,
different flavors, like strawberry chocolate.
And then he had the door. I'm like, there's a kid in this house, and there's still food in there's still all this goodies in the fridge.
They need it all.
Right. I'm like, that means there's everything here is in abundance.
Yeah.
Right.
So, but coming from where we came from, you just have to hustle because you know who you are, you know where you came from, and you just want to do better.
Right. No, absolutely. So here's another comment. They said they all want a part of it now. Big win to us on a positive note.
Oh, okay.
So obviously we agree with that one.
Yeah.
It's a big win right now. Everything's moving forward. Everything's going the way it needs to go.
Yeah. And it's all keep getting better.
Way to end it on a positive note.
Yeah. Because the other ones, I was like, what's going on? What do you mean we're conditioned to dislike each other? Like, I don't even see a difference. To me, there's no such thing as African and African American. If that's the case, then I'm African too. So y'all look at me, African, not African American. And like, what do you mean we're conditioned? Like, no, we supposed to be building together. Like, get to your roots. Like, what we talking about?
Even if you like it or not, if the cops pull you over, you're black. Nobody's looking at you like, hey, you're not. Let it go. Let it go.
That's
we're all in the same struggle, whether we like it or not.
Of course.
You understand what I'm saying? So our children that were born here, they are still Africans, but they sound like you.
Right.
So they're still Africans.
Yep.
That notion of African American, we all one. Period.
Right. No, absolutely. And I feel like, in this day and time, and I'm not just going to say now, then future, we have to get out that mindset first and foremost. Definitely. Like, going back to our last episode, when it comes to building, we can't have this type of mentality. Yeah. If we're trying to get somewhere, if we're really trying to grow, then we have to support each other. There's no such thing as going against or doing that. No, like, we grow together, we figure this out together, we support each other, and let that be that. But we're conditioned to do. I don't think so. And then trying to take, and then also with the first comment, trying to say, such and such, discovered this. No, let's do the research. That's it. It's impossible to say, an American discovered African music if they didn't even build it. They haven't been over there. They don't even know their roots and probably can't even make the beats. You see what I'm saying? So that doesn't make sense. But what they can do is inspire and bring awareness, which is the difference, But it's all benefiting. It just has to be put in the right type of, format.
And that's the reason why we're telling our stories now.
Mm-hmm. Right.
That's why we're telling our stories. Because if you don't tell your stories, somebody
will tell it for you.
Exactly. Yep. No, you did say that. So last week we talked about a lot of your accomplishments. Let's go back into time. Let's take it to day one when, as far as being like a promoter. Why you smile? What does that mean to you? Let's just start there. What does that mean to you?
Flashbacks.
Yeah. He had a flashback and reacted.
Was it a good one at least?
It can never be good. I'm sorry. It was horrible. It's just you're new. It's a brand new. It's like a brand new business. It's like a brand new mindset. You're trying to do something that nobody has really done before.
Right.
You bring in like a different kind of music to. It's like someone trying to sell Chinese music to you or Indian music to you. It's new. Yeah, and then whether we like it or not, at that time, our population, 15 years ago, our population wasn't like as big as it is right
Yeah.
now. And most of us that were here, we're still, going to school, struggling. Nobody had time to. Nobody even had money to go to concerts.
So let me ask you. You said you were doing something that nobody else was doing. Why choose that then?
Not like why? Like people were doing it. Music, American artists and African artists were already coming to America, but it wasn't really organized. There was no structure.
So why get into that?
I just fell in love. Like I said earlier, I fell in love with the culture. I just wanted it. Like I traveled to Canada, watched an artist for Two-Face perform on stage. I fell in love with that experience. I traveled back home. I see some of these artists. I listen to the music, and I'm like, we need to push this outside of the shores of Africa. Like people, the world needs to hear this, and it seemed like it was impossible, but we were consistent. I guess that's the right word.
Yeah,
and you saw the vision, so of course that's why you wanted to do it. So what were the challenges as an African promoter in the U.S. doing business? What were some of the biggest challenges starting off? Well, we need to hear a few of them.
Like it was a lot of challenges, and then Eden was there
oh my gosh.
from the get-go. Just traveling. You bring these artists, you do the visas. It was just a logistical nightmare.
So the visas, was that a hard part?
The legal part, a lot of people underestimate it.
You do the visas, then you fly them out here, and then of course when they get here, they're going to come in here with maybe one or two members of their team, like the manager, their DJ or somebody. You have to worry about putting them in a hotel, and now you're trying to do these shows in different cities. At the back of your head, you're thinking you're going to go to places like Houston, and you have a great turnout based on the population of Africans in Houston. Yeah. And then you go to Houston, it's like 100 people in the venue. 100 people, that doesn't even cover your flight ticket. You see what I'm saying? You're sitting there at the end of the show, then you go to the next city thinking the next city is going to be better. You get to the next city, it's even worse. I've gone to this Philadelphia with an artist, honest to God truth. This was in 2000, was it 2009 or 2010.
Yeah.
We got to DC. We got to the show. The show was supposed to start at 11. We got there at 12 at midnight. I walked into
the show was supposed to start at 11?
Yes.
And
so we got there
at midnight.
Yeah, we got there at midnight. Like the show is supposed to be popping, right?
Yeah.
You go out to do the shows, then you have this opening act and
right. So you're getting there right when everything is supposed to be at the height of the show.
Honestly, like I got to the venue of the show, walked into the venue, I thought we were at the wrong place.
Not at the wrong place.
No, I'm serious. That's how empty it was.
Did you ask her where you at the right
No, because I asked her from where I'm like, is there? Are you sure this is the supposed to do?
But she said, yeah. Well,
like I said, where is everybody? They said, oh, they're coming. That's what the promoters always tell me.
Oh yeah, they're coming. Yeah, just bring the artists.
So we went back in the car. We stayed in the car till 1:30 a.m., 2 a.m.
Oh wow!
It was empty. When I say empty, it was like.
But it worse by that time?
It was like 12 people in the venue. I'm talking about it's 700, 800 capacity.
Yeah.
It's only 12.
I'm not kidding.
I can knock you out.
Like, it was just so many bad experiences. I can't tell you how many cities.
But you wear it with a smile right now. I'm just trying to process.
Yeah, the smile is that. Thank God you're never going to go back to those areas.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's over. There's one time I was a road manager because he had me travel.
Okay.
And he warned me, but I was Mr. Nice Guy. I talked to promoters, they tell me whatever. I got to the city and I didn't have a flight back.
And I told him.
He told me I didn't have a flight back. Yeah. Wait, there's a different city where I didn't even have a hotel room. So I got into it with the promoter. You know what he told me? You should be talking to me like that. You're staff.
So, but where are you supposed to go stay?
No, because
this guy,
you have to understand that back in those days, these promoters, they give you a deposit for the concert.
Yeah.
Now they're working, thinking
selling
they're
tickets,
going to sell out the venue, and by the time you get to the city,
they got your balance,
money taken care of.
So pay for it.
So that's why I told him while he was traveling. I said, listen,
collect
before you travel, collect all your money. And before you get to the city, let them send you the itinerary, the ticket. Call the airline, hotel, the ticket,
everything. Oh my God.
When they tell you to book the hotel, let them send you the hotel information. Call the hotel to make sure you have a reservation.
Yeah.
And he's new in the game. Yeah. And he was like, okay, when I get there, he's gonna be fine. And he got there, he called me around midnight. He said, guess what? I don't have a place to stay.
What did you say?
I told you. You're going to figure it out. You're going to find a way to figure it out. Yeah.
So I just used the money that I got paid to get myself a hotel.
Oh my God.
And the point I gave it back to you.
Because any promoter you're working with, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're super nice to you till the artist gets on stage.
Yeah.
Then it's over. The contract is over.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow.
Because after that,
so they don't fulfill you.
You're on your own.
What?
Yeah, because
so once pretty much they get you there, once the artist's on stage, their job is done. They don't even care what happens to you.
I had to get myself to the airport.
They promise you heaven and earth so the artist can get on stage. Once the artist gets on stage, it's over. Usually, sometimes I've been to back in the days, I've been to concerts after the show. My artist and I were stranded at the venue. Then there was no Ubers. Mm-hmm. So now we have to find a way to get a taxi or find somebody we know that came to the show to take us back to the hotel.
You know what? It sounds like some different adventures y'all went through. How did y'all overcome them? How did you overcome them?
Just experience. You learn. You make a mistake today. You learn from that mistake, and you don't make the same mistake.
Oh yeah, I learned.
He made the first mistake the first time. He turned into a beast. Yeah, and then he'll go to some cities.
But it's never happened again.
Oh
right?
no.
Okay.
You go to some cities and the promoters will call me bigger. No, tell your road manager to calm down. He's bugging.
It's like it's never gonna happen again.
Yeah, because they want to get the artist on stage without giving you a balance. And once the artist gets on stage,
right.
They don't have to pay you.
They don't have to.
Yeah, because the contract is useless until you take it to the courts. Who wants to deal with that?
And that takes forever.
Yeah.
I do have one question. When you talk about flying some of these artists out in their visas, have you ever had any problems with the visas? Did it take longer? Does it take a long time? Like, or is it pretty simple? It's a simple process.
It's a simple process, but sometimes there are delays. Maybe when you file, they ask for more documentation, and that delays the whole process.
Yeah.
Okay.
And sometimes some of the artists, you don't know what their background is. Maybe they've had issues coming into America or leaving America or whatever, and most of them don't disclose that to you. Right. So you just file based on the information you have, and then when it gets to there, they look at it and say, oh no, we need more additional documentation because this artist was deported years ago, or the artist had issues coming into America, just all kinds of stuff.
And then now your brand is flagged.
Yes.
Now they're like, we gotta watch this one. They can just make it harder for you, But some artists come here and perform with visitor's visa instead of getting a working visa.
Oh,
You get in trouble for that. And you know how easy it is to look up people's social media now? I mean, come on, they just you come to do a show here. Okay, they'll let you do it.
See,
but next time you try to come back, how many times have artists been turned around at the airport?
A lot. Because it's easy. If you go now and put in an artist name on Google, it's going to show you where the artist is going to.
Where they are.
Right.
But some of them don't know that. And then once you work in there and you've had a work visa before and you come into America, they already know you're an artist.
Yeah.
An artist. Yeah. First of all, when they're looking at you, they don't know what they're doing on the computer.
And pay your taxes too.
Exactly.
Okay. Oh yeah, because some come and just make money. You gotta pay taxes.
I know there's visas. I know people have working visas.
Like your promoter has to be.
But I didn't know you had to go through all of that just to bring an artist down.
It's a legal thing.
What's one more question when it comes to the artists and the visas? I know you brought a lot of artists down their first time in America. When they came, could you tell the excitement on their face, like when they step into the airports? Like, how was that experience for you and for them?
For me, initially it was exciting, but after a while it was just like, okay, he's coming to do a tour. But first, the first artist that I did the visa for to get here, and then when he got here, I saw him at the airport. I was like, wow, this is like magic. You know what I'm saying?
I did.
And that was Timaya, because Timaya, first of all, my first ever show was supposed to be with Timaya, but I tried to book the show through a third party.
Okay.
But he didn't have a visa. We didn't know, so we had to cancel Timaya that year. So I had to go to Nigeria and actually did do the contract personally with Timaya. Came back and did the visa.
You're doing the show, but since he didn't have one, you had to go to Nigeria.
I went to Nigeria, signed the deal with him.
Yeah.
Came back, did the visa, So when the day he landed at the airport, I was the one that went to the airport to pick him up. So when I saw him at the airport, I'm like, wow, this is amazing.
Make that happen.
Yeah, but now it's just, now it's not, it's exciting, but it's not like, it's nothing new anymore. You know what I'm saying?
At this point.
And then how would you say just promotion itself, right, before we transition to other topics, has evolved since you started? Like the promotion business, how has it evolved?
It's amazing now. It's crazy. Like, yeah, it's gone from 0 to 100 over the years. When we started, there was nothing like promotion. Promotion is like guerrilla warfare. Like you actually have to, you actually have to print flyers, run bills, have people go to churches, have people go to full where
it's definitely not like that.
Weddings. Everywhere African stores, African restaurants, you have banners, push-up pull-up banners, all of that stuff. Like, it's guerrilla. Like, there's nothing like social media. Then we're not allowed on mainstream American radio. So for you to go even they tell you how much it costs you to have your event on air for 10 seconds, you'll be like, wow.
Yeah. Get the money.
Then, the era of social media made it a whole lot easier.
Yeah.
Because now an artist can actually just post I'll be in Dallas, blah, 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 ticket link.
Right.
Go to biggest bio to click on the link to buy tickets.
Yeah.
The ticket is sold out.
Right. That's crazy.
So it's not like you're not working, you're not really going to. I don't think for how many years now I haven't really printed flyers for shows. I haven't even really printed regular tickets.
Yeah.
Then you have to actually have
physical tickets. Every single ticket.
Everybody is out there.
You can't lose that ticket.
No.
You know what I'm saying? But now everything is online. Shows are a lot easier right now.
Right.
The concerts are a whole lot easier. I have shows coming up. I don't even know. There's no flyer anywhere. Everything is just online. The artist posted, my team posted, and then we run the social media, ads and stuff like that, and boom.
Don't you love technology?
I'm telling you.
That is great. Now, I want to go into, we talked about like the first time of bringing artists, the first time, doing promotions, everything you have to go through. Now, I want to talk about the first time, I guess your first show at AFRIMMA. How was that? The start of it, the first venue, the first shows, the first, I don't know.
You had more flashbacks.
The flashback moment, everybody, a moment aside.
I think that particular first show took something out of me. Like, that show was the most stressful thing I've ever done in my life. You remember?
Oh yeah.
So it's like we're bringing Africa together, not in Africa, in America. Right. We had over 50 artists.
Man.
I'm talking about A-list artists. We had Davido, we had Eddie Kenzo, we had Diamond Platinums, Fally Ipupa,
Fino, the first show,
Fino,
Bracket, Alain,
Koire,
T-Pain, Two-Face,
like and then DJ
Stanley Eno from Cameroon,
and most of 80% of them was their first time in America.
Stanley guy from South Africa.
This is so crazy.
Yeah.
How did you possibly have any issues with that?
And no, we had to. It was a logistical nightmare. We had to do their visas. We had to fly them. We had to take care of our accommodation, logistics, feeding. Everything was crazy. Like, I'm not kidding. It was crazy. Like, he's like pulling up, putting together the Grammys with a concert budget.
Yeah.
But you made it happen.
Yeah, we did. We did make it happen. And then I remember,
if we got that lineup today, that lineup of artists, it
was crazy. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
And then I remember, may he so rest in peace, DJ Arafat.
Yeah.
We booked 5 different business class tickets for him, and he missed all. Guess what? He showed up the day after the award show.
Wait, the day after?
Yep.
How did that happen?
He said, "Where the party at?"
I don't know. Just tell me.
Where the party at? So we were like, well, he's here. Let's promote the after party using him because he's good.
Because he's there.
It's crazy. We're telling you.
Well, I mean, you took your lemons and made it into lemonade. It sounds
and artists missing flights. Let's start to get into that. That's another story.
That happens.
We'll save that for another day.
Yeah, of course.
Of course. They're getting paid to come out. Why would they miss their money flight?
Yeah, but it is what it is. Like, it's just part of the growth. And you also have to understand that was when Afrobeat was just, beginning to, create that wave.
Right.
And most of these artists then didn't have proper management.
Yeah.
Managers were like, you're younger brothers,
the homeboys.
Yeah. So it was like people that answer to them, not people they answer to. They were not signed to a major record label. So it's like, I'm tired today. Nobody's gonna make me fly. Then the manager goes to them, their younger brother, who's their manager, or their friend. Oh, we have to catch a flight today. Oh, I'm tired. What is he gonna do?
Nothing.
The boss?
Yeah.
So there was no accountability. So
it happened.
And all these artists from different parts of Africa, different cultures, different ways of how they operate, coming in different times. People don't know them. They know. I mean, it was just
different egos.
Oh,
that'd be the biggest part, right?
Like I speak English and Igbo, and it's like a million different languages in Africa. So there are some, like the francophone artists, they don't speak English. They don't speak English.
Okay.
So
now I'm trying to understand what they're saying to me, and I want them to understand what I'm trying to say
to them.
You understand what I'm saying? So he was just
a lot going on.
But one thing that was beautiful about it is that everybody was just happy under the same roof.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Coming together.
Yeah, everybody was just happy to be there, and most of them, they know of each other but never seen each other.
Right.
Yeah. You know,
like face to face.
Yes. This sitting at the hotel lobby, that was Western Park Central. Everybody was sitting at the hotel lobby. Then maybe Fali walks in, and Flavor was like, "Oh, that's funny."
Yeah.
So they're all having a moment. So you run them now.
They all got to me.
So it was
everybody else.
Yeah, and then a lot of collaborations came from that
weekend.
And then they also ended up shooting a video. Remember?
Yes.
Two-Face collaborated with Fali.
They shot a video. Yeah, so a lot of video shoots. Eddie shot some videos here. Stanley shot some videos here too. So a lot of them got to shoot videos here as well.
Speaking of AFRIMMA, what was some of the biggest, or what's the biggest drama moment you've had with AFRIMMA? Did you say, "Oh Lord"? I need the biggest one. I'm talking about make it real.
That one.
I need that one.
Man, I still have that picture saved, and I'm gonna write on my second book. That's gonna be the picture cover.
Okay.
The cover, like we had it.
Can we upload the picture?
I know the photo. Yeah, I know the photo. Yeah, we'll put it out.
Yeah, it's like we were at this venue, right, and we were supposed to leave at midnight, and the show was dragging. You know how these things happen? It was dragging, and it was midnight, and the manager of the venue came out looking for me. I just came and said, like, we're shutting the venue down now.
Wait, was the show going yet?
Yes.
But they're going to shut...
We're like, what, halfway?
So the show was good. Our three big artists, the major headliners, haven't even performed there. They were backstage getting ready to go on stage. He said, no, I'm pulling the plug right now. So in that picture, he was standing tall, and I think it was three of my team members and I were like kind of begging. He was like,
"No
so
way.
I'm not playing. I'm serious."
Where's that?
So he was like the picture. It was like the picture of Jesus Christ and his disciples. Like he was standing tall, and everybody was like, this.
Don't do it.
Yeah, don't do it.
Did it work? Did he?
He pulled the plug.
He still put.
I think it was like 5.
Yeah, a little more. Yeah, but
pulled like 5 minutes and still pulled the plug.
So did they perform in that 5 minutes?
All of them got on stage and this.
At one time.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. That I remember that. That was hard.
And the reason why he was pulling is because the show started late.
Yes.
But why did the show start late?
It's just he's one of those things we try to do. That was the second AFRIMMA.
Yeah.
The second AFRIMMA. You know how these things go. Like you start, it gets better over the years. You keep correcting mistakes till you get it to where it needs to be. Right. It's just how these things work. It's part of the building process.
It sounds like y'all were just having a party. Y'all gonna be there all night long. I don't think it has nothing to do with the AFRIMMA structure. I think the guests that was there, they was like, we're here to kick it. We don't have to start now.
True.
We just gonna have a party. When it started, when they perform, we up there. Like, I think they was just there to have a good time.
Some of the artists too, they were here, and some of them at that time didn't understand that. Oh, you have time this time. They're like, oh, they just put your eyes.
Yeah.
But that comes with the ego. Egos when it's to tell artists like
they're used to people waiting on them.
Exactly.
Right.
Like there's no way it's gonna start at that time.
They're not thinking about the business.
No.
They're like, okay.
They're thinking about their business.
When I get that, when I get that rush, I'm gonna hit the stage. Not whatever time that is. So speaking of these artists and what you're paying them, do you feel like the pay that they're asking for? Do you feel like they're asking for more than what they should be at this point? Like they're being overpriced?
I think, for me personally, if someone is going to give you $1 million, you grab it.
No, man.
But at the same time, we also have to be very careful so as not to, outprice ourselves out of the market.
Right.
Do you understand what I'm saying? I feel like even here with American artists, you reach out to Chris Brown right now, and it's a concert. The price is going to be different.
Yeah.
If you call Chris Brown now to come to your club to perform, do like 5 songs, the price is going to be different. But one thing I see with most of our artists is that, my price is $1 million, and that's what it has to be.
Mm.
And now,
regardless of the venue, regardless if it's like a concert, regardless if it's at a restaurant or just a walkthrough, they're asking for one set price.
And most of the artists now don't even want to perform at clubs, but you also have to understand that even the biggest artists in the world still perform at clubs.
But why do they not want to perform at clubs? Because that's where everybody's lit. I'm not talking about they turned up.
Because at the end of the day, it's this mindset that we have. You see someone like a Burna Boy, a Davido, a Whiskey, those are the big names. Right. They can afford to sell out AT&T Center.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? So they come out here, they do these things, and the videos go viral. And every artist in Africa wants to be on the same stage. But you can be on the same stage because you don't have the same following.
Yeah.
Your music hasn't gained grounds like their music.
Right.
So now it's messing up the whole industry somehow. Like most of the artists right now should be on tour. Most of the upcoming artists with 3, 4, 5 hit singles,
so many,
should be on tour.
Especially the young ones need to be on tour right now.
That was how we promoted the culture to the point that it went viral all over the place. Now you see artists coming on tour, they only doing 5 cities. Yeah. That's not a tour.
So they're not on tour because they don't want to be at these venues. Is that what you're saying? They feel like they're too big. Yeah. Or they want too much.
It's not even more money. They want the looks. They want it to be like this big venue. Imagine you have 4 songs, right? You're an upcoming artist. You have 4 hit singles, and you want to be at the same venue. You want your show at the same venue as Burna Boy or Wizkid or Davido.
Okay.
You also have to understand that you're not going to pull that crowd.
Yeah.
Right.
And you also have to understand the business part of it. Right. If I'm a promoter and I'm going to spend $20,000 to pay for a venue, and I'm paying you asking for another $20,000, and I'm spending another maybe $30,000 logistically to put together the show.
Right.
And at the end of the day, it's only 300 or 200 people that show up.
They pay $20.
That pay $20 to show up.
The math is not mathing.
Any business sense. And one thing I'm appealing to these young artists, your music is great right now. It might not be great tomorrow. The marketing you need to do is come out here. I remember when I did the Yanya store, I did almost 30 cities.
Yeah.
Wow.
He blew up after that tour. So everybody in diaspora in America.
But y'all did the groundwork.
Yeah.
Like y'all.
And because we were going to the smaller cities. And there are smaller cities in America where you're only going to have 200 people in the club.
And that's
those are clubs.
Yeah. So would you say the work ethic of the new generation of artists is a little declined than what it used to be?
It's not declined. It's just that you have to, first of all, as an artist, understand your strength
and where you are.
And them coming from Africa, they've never been to America before, so they're looking at it like, in Nigeria, I make $100,000 and I sell out a stadium. Bro, that's Nigeria.
That's Nigeria, but you're
coming to America, you're trying to break new grounds. You're trying you're trying to grow out here. You're trying to be big in diaspora. You first of all come. That's what I tell every artist. Your first tour should be more like a sacrifice.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
You know, get your name out there.
Get your name out there. You come out here. I did that with every big artist you can think of today. I did that with them. Their first tour was club tours. We hit the club and we went
Friday, Saturday,
Sunday. Like we were going to different cities. I'm talking about some of them. We go to 25 cities. We finished in the United States. We go to Canada.
Yeah.
And the music.
12 cities in 1 month.
Yeah. And then the way we were traveling, that's how the culture and the music was traveling with us. Right. You know what I'm saying? That's how we kept. Inyanya's tour was one tour that opened my eyes to how big this culture can really get.
Yeah.
Because I remember we went to Minneapolis. It was a club. I think the club was like 600 capacity. It was almost 0 degrees temperature.
Because it get cold out there.
Yeah, because you see, then the social media was great then. Okay. So we go to this city today. We're in Dallas today. By the time we finish that show, by 8 a.m. the next morning, the video is out. Remember, Baki was on top of us.
Yeah.
So we recorded and we put it out, and it's on social media. So the next city we were looking to go to, they've already seen the video. They've already seen what happened in Dallas, and everybody's looking forward to us coming to their city.
So they can experience the same thing. Yeah.
So we start off with 20 cities, 25 cities. By the time we finish the tour, we've added another 15 cities.
Mm-hmm.
But now these artists, they come on tour 6 cities.
Yeah, that's not enough. Not enough close.
You're not even touching. Yeah.
Texas alone, Austin, Dallas, Houston, that's 3 cities. That's Texas alone.
I feel like what I tell these artists, what I used to tell them back in the days before I bring you on tour, like the upcoming artists, I say, hey, you are worried about how much money you're going to make from this tour. No. What I want you to do is go now, take a note of your social media following. Look at your digital sales.
Right.
Look at your digital sales from YouTube to iTunes.
Just look at the numbers.
Just look at the numbers now. Write it down.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna be in America for a month and Canada.
Mm-hmm.
Let's finish the tour, and then we sit down at the end of your tour. Let's look at the numbers, so you can see the impact.
Because the numbers don't lie.
Yeah. So the money you're not making from these cities, you're already making it. You're already getting bigger.
It's coming. Right.
You understand what I'm saying? And in Nyanya, he and I sat down with Ubi.
Mm-hmm.
We sat down after his tour. He looked at it. He's like, "Oh, this is madness."
Yeah. I mean, I know Super Bowl doesn't pay the halftime performance, do they? I know it's a big.
No, they don't. But what they received from Super Bowl.
Because Usher has a tour now, right?
Exactly.
Does he?
Merchandise,
Everything. Numbers are high. They have a set list from the Super Bowl on Apple Music.
Exactly. All right. Yeah. So it's all. So that takes a good team.
Think about how much bigger Afrobeats would have gotten in the past couple of years if we still maintained
the groundwork.
The same formula.
Oh my goodness.
Because right now I've seen some artists that were big in Nigeria last year, and I reached out to them. I said, like, hey, bro, let's hit the road. They're like, no, I want proper venue, I want proper this. But bro, you have only two, three songs.
Right.
But I'm like, if you come out here, we can actually. I'm like, if you come out here, we can actually do 25 cities easy, 30 cities easy. You will see the revenue.
Yeah.
It's that simple. But
and 2 songs.
And then by the time you know it, after a year, the song that was hot is not cool.
It's not hot, And I feel like that's the difference from artists in the entertainment industry. It's like the consistency and the work ethic. Like, get down, do the groundwork. Like, you got to remove the egos. You got to be humble. And if you just keep doing it, keep applying pressure, you will receive exactly what you deserve. It's not that no one is saying that you don't deserve it or you shouldn't put out the price you want. But if you want longevity, if you want the respect in the entertainment industry, you got to get out there like you just put a song out, not you have 2 or 3 songs out. And like you said, it's hot today and not tomorrow. The way TikTok works, the way a lot of these social medias work, you're not even as hot as long as you were back in the day. Like back in the day, if something was hot, they were hot. Like they were hot. Now TikTok gonna drop something tomorrow and it's gonna be the next new song. And then 2 days later it'll be the next new one. And then it's like, what happens next?
And another issue is this, like, I'm not trying to be negative or anything. Like, I feel like Live Nation, they're amazing. It's an amazing platform, right? But I feel like when they got into the Afrobeat space, to them is money. They're trying to make the money. They're not concerned about the culture, really. It's to them, it's a business. And I don't knock them for that. And now you're signing up this artist and you're booking, because they own all the venues. You're booking 30 of your venues for them, not actually understanding the strength of this artist. They only have 4 songs. Right? And then you go into deal with this artist and you sign up 20 or 25 of your venues across the United States for them. And they come on board, they promote the shit out of the show. And then guess what? They come into the country, they do, the first show is a flop. Second show is a flop, they cancel.
So they don't. You don't continue.
Of course.
After the first 2, if it didn't work, it didn't work.
It's a business decision for them.
Right.
It's a huge loss. So they pull the plug. What does it do to this artist? Now, first of all,
how does that?
He's lost confidence. One,
fan base.
And now everybody's looking at this guy that would have thought 25 cities in America, but not major venues. Probably clubs. See what I'm saying? And then there are some deals that they do with this upcoming artist that is just absolutely ridiculous. This artist get paid peanuts. This artist pay for all their logistics. If they're doing a live band, they're paying for their band. If they're pretty much paying for everything, and they're paying them peanuts out of that. And as soon as They get on tour, and the first city didn't work, second city didn't work, third city didn't work. They pull in the plug. And guess what? The artist now goes back to Africa. He's in depression.
Right.
So now
he feels like it didn't work.
Exactly.
It was a failure.
And then now look at your song that you had. The reason why Life Nation reached out to you, the 3-4 songs that you had that would have taken you to over 20 to 25 clubs.
Yeah.
You've
To
lost
get
that.
you, yeah. Oh, damn. And starting from scratch is one of the worst things in this game.
Life Nation doesn't do magic. If Life Nation does magic, then they're supposed to go bring an artist from a village in Nigeria and promote them and sell out stadiums.
Not a village.
You know what I'm saying? Our artists need to understand that, hey, if you selling out venues, it's you.
Right.
It's you, the
Oh,
artist.
you're
Life Nation has had to reach.
You know what?
Yeah.
The one selling out the venues, it's not Life Nation.
No.
Life Nation, they're not magic. They're not magicians. They're not doing magic.
And when you don't bring those numbers,
of course, you don't bring those numbers. Who do you fall back to? The people that us, not come back to us and be like, oh, bro.
we gotta fix this.
What's up with that too?
No, go back to Life Nation.
Where was Live Nation at?
No, but it's true. Like, it's just what it is. So our artists need to understand that, hey, know your strength. Know what you want. Stand for something. Don't just fall for anything. Just everything you do. You see, like I always use this word, slavery mentality.
Right.
It's not great or good when it's not coming.
Mm-hmm.
When it's great when it's not coming from us.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying, bro? The same thing Life Nation is doing, you can do.
Yeah. That's true. I mean, because Live Nation, they control the game. And when they come at you and you see it's Live Nation, a lot of us, let's just sign, let's do it.
And they put you in this venue. Then you ask yourself,
like, wow.
You ask yourself, for these people to reach out
To me, I must be something.
that means I'm God. I can sell out this venue. And then you come out on tour, the first show, you in a 1,500 capacity and it's only 150 people.
You're like, wow.
And then you look at
They
yourself,
should have been at a club.
and say, like, who did this to me?
And I guess I can understand as far as from the artist's point of view. They're like, oh my gosh, this is a big thing. I'm there. But having that realization, I think, needs to happen more as far as accountability. Like, where am I? What could happen? What should I be doing? Rather than let me just see all the stars and the diamonds and the glitz and the glam and then get let down because that's the biggest disappointment.
Credit to some of these artists. They know their value, they know their worth, they know who they are, and they know their strength. So when they come out here, you try to do all this Life Nation stuff, they'll tell you, no, please. So put me in this venue, put me in that venue. And they come out and they tell you, okay, the major cities where you have great number of Africans, like the Houston, New York, DC, Dallas, let's do great venues. Fine, but those smaller cities, not Dakota, all those places that don't have a great number of Africans, they do the clubs.
Okay, so that's your solution in the future is like, Live Nation, great for big venues, if you can pull the numbers. If not, just start small, start in a club, and then build over
Pretty much just know where you're at.
You know
the demographic.
And that's really humbling, right? You got to humble yourself. Like, hey.
Being smart about your craft. It's not even a...
And it'll build.
Yeah, you're not downgrading or saying, like, no, you don't need big ones. You just need to know where you're at and where you're going to make sure that you maximize.
It's just to them, I feel like it makes them look good. When they have the flyer, then they have Live Nation.
Live Nation, That's good for your brand and your image.
At the end of the day, are you gonna be able to sustain? Simple. And then think about it. You do these things. The first time you work with Live Nation, it wasn't successful, and then you go back home, you're depressed.
And you go back to your team.
Even for me as a promoter, if I go to a concert, if I have a concert with an artist and it's not packed, I feel bad.
Of course.
Like, imagine how the artist feels.
Oh my gosh, I used to feel bad. Whenever a show flopped, I'm like, man, 50 people.
That's true.
But the artist still has to go on stage and
they still got to give.
And the best of them do perform the same way, whether it's for 1 or 100 people or 1,000. You have to. Because those 50 people, if you don't make them happy.
Because that's even worse. So going into, if you're selling out, how many people out there, I feel like a lot of that the influence comes from your team also. So I'm not sure if you saw the podcast with Mac G, and he was saying Tyla is not the greatest singer in his opinion, but she has a crazy team, which is why she has so much success right now. Do you feel like that is a true statement, that it's more her team, Or do you feel like it's more her as an artist?
Whether you like it or not, everybody will say team. Yeah, of course, every artist needs a great team. But at the end of the day, the team is not there with you on stage.
Yeah.
The stage, the team, they're not in the booth voicing with you. You voice your songs, right?
Right.
And most of them write their songs, even if they don't write their songs. If it's just all about, if it's only the team members, let the team members go and sing. Everything. I've worked with so many artists. Each of them have something unique about them that works for them. Not every artist is, lyrically strong 110%. Not every artist is the biggest performer. There are some artists that that they're great vocalists. You hear their song, you're like, wow. And then they get on stage, you don't really you critique their performance.
Yeah.
But there's something about them that made them win. There was something about them that made them get to where they are. I think that's a false statement.
Yeah.
But don't get me wrong. First of all, is the artist. You have to have an artist, first of all, to have a
You have to have a star.
Exactly. So you have the star. Now you have to build the right team around you, because your team will push you further than you can push yourself.
Yeah.
But who's the brand, who's the product is the artist, right?
It's Tyla.
Right.
Simple.
Hey, be here for Tyla. Hey, I think you gotta make a good president and vice president.
They were trying to let her have it.
Yeah.
She can't sing
Came to a
and
defense.
I was like, wait, wow, the team. But you made a good point.
Yeah, it's the artist.
Yes, you need your team, but the artist is the one that got to be out there first and foremost. And if it was all about the team, then the team need to get out there and get on that mic. The team need to do them dance moves, shake a little salt, and throw that water on the back of their back.
It was something a friend of mine, an artist, said one time about an artist was going around saying, hey, I'm the one that's been writing for this artist, that's why he's big. And then as soon as both of them parted ways, the artist was still moving, was still making great music.
Right. They go out there and try to perform.
The one that claimed that he was writing all the songs wasn't doing anything. All the songs
So what happened?
The artist was like, what happened? You run out of ink on your pen?
No, serious.
You can't write no more. At the end of the day, it's all the artist. It's the artist.
Right. And the team helps push. You definitely need the both sides, but yeah, that was a little insane. As far as Live Nation, do you feel like, I guess I want to say, like, all artists can have a chance to perform at their venues, or do you feel like some should just not even think about it?
I feel like, if you have that opportunity, just have a strong negotiating power, know who you are, know your strength. Not every artist can pack out a Live Nation venue. Let's just be honest with each other.
Yeah.
You can have the number one song in Nigeria or in Africa. It's just one song. And one thing we don't understand is that there are some big songs that are international. So when that artist comes out here, it's not just Nigerians or Africans going to watch or see the artist perform.
Yeah.
And there are artists that are more local. Their songs
It's big,
is big, but it's big in a particular region.
Yeah.
So you're coming out here, you're trying to go to Houston and sell out a 2,000, 3,000 capacity venue. No, there's not even that number of people there that know your songs. Do you understand what I'm saying? But if it's a club on a Friday night or a Saturday night will always have at least 40% capacity.
What if they're the best singer in Africa, though?
The best singer?
If they're the best singer in Africa.
If you're the best singer in Africa, yes, you can work with Live Nation. But what I'm saying is that you have to know the kind of deals. You need to just structure your deals in such a way that it works for you. Because one thing I've also seen is that most of these artists they bring on tour, they're doing shows on Monday, on Tuesday, on Wednesday, on Thursday, and Friday.
Yeah, back to back.
So you have to understand that for people to call in at work on a Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday to come see you have to be this big artist.
Yeah, you have to be.
Yeah, because that's how Live Nations work. They own all the venues, but the same their prime days, which is the weekends, for the big artists. So they're going to plug in on Mondays. And who's going to have most 80%, 50 to 60% of the African population in America work in healthcare.
Yeah.
So people have to
take off. Yeah.
And they're going to think about it over time.
Yep. Well, yeah.
Go see this artist.
Or we're going to just watch the clips on social media.
Yeah.
That's a thing.
You have to be a very big artist like a Bonner, like a Wiz, like a Davido, for you people to come out and see you on a Monday.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, speaking of like best singers, who would you say the best singers in Africa All right.
Now you trying to get me in trouble?
I just want to know. Come on, you got to put me on game. Okay, give me at least three. They're all amazing. Okay, we'll put that out there.
You're talking about vocalists.
Vocalists. Give me the top vocalist singers in Africa.
Give you from different regions.
Okay.
When it comes, not just, I'm talking about all around talented, like the artists I would look at today and be like, if I'm an artist, I want to be like them.
Okay.
Flavor from Nigeria.
So Nigeria, one.
Flavor.
Okay.
From Central Africa, Fali Pupa.
Okay.
Okay. From East Africa, Diamond Platinum. So that's really my trait.
Would you agree with that?
Damn, that's all.
Or would you challenge?
That's me. That is
so what? You got to challenge her. What?
Boy.
You
Let me give you the reasons.
Okay, let's hear it.
The reasons is this, right? For Flavor, I worked with Flavor for years. That brother is talented.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Support. This is somebody that he is music. He is music. If you don't know about Flavor, when we leave this podcast, look at him.
Oh, I already started. Don't worry. Keep going.
That brother is music. Like he's full of music. He writes his songs. He produces. He sings. He's a dope performer. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's an all-around artist.
Okay.
Right.
And he plays pretty much every single instrument you can think of.
Oh, wow.
Fanine, and also work ethics.
Man.
I was going to ask, how's the work ethic?
Flavor's work ethics is like on steroids. I'm not kidding you. Okay. Let me give you an instance. We had a concert in Montreal one time. After the concert, we came back, went to the after party, came back. The promoter booked an Airbnb, like a big house. So when we got back to the house around 5 in the morning, I went upstairs. I was about to sleep. I could hear music coming from downstairs. So I'm like, I thought somebody left the TV on, music on. So I came downstairs to go turn off whatever I was playing. Flavor was right there in the living room playing his guitar and singing.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about someone. The whole day he went to sound check. He went to sound check. Went to the concert, performed for almost 2 hours. Went to the after party, and loud back.
And he's playing music. I guess that's why he said he is music.
There's what I'm saying, like this. That's the true definition of passion.
Yeah, no, definitely.
In Fali to be, is he 45?
Yeah, Fali is he's a king.
Man, anytime we post anything with Fali, it just takes off.
We did a concert with him in Dallas 2 years. Was it last year or 2 years ago?
Last year.
2 years ago. Yeah, last year. This guy was on stage. He was at the Southside Ballroom. This guy was on stage for 2.5 hours. It got to a point, I was like, please, just stop this show. Remember?
Yeah.
I remember it was serious.
He had the crowd going and going. Yeah.
I'm like, how? I'm paying people per hour. You know what I'm saying? Like, you feel on stage for 2.
All you see is the bill. The bill keep going up and up.
You feel on stage for, what are you trying to prove? They love you. You've danced. You've played instruments.
Maybe you're just trying to stretch your pockets.
No, because he's just passionate. He gets on stage, he forgets himself. Yeah. He just wants to keep going and going and going.
How about Diamond? Elaborate on Diamond.
Yeah, Diamond is one guy that I respect a lot. He's great because one, he carries a whole region. He created, he put a whole region on the map. I'm not playing. That guy is like how do I put it? He's like Michael Jackson of his region.
Right.
Stadiums, acts out stadiums.
Yeah, and then you think about it, every major artist you've ever heard of from that region came through his label.
In Tanzania.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
it's a big thing.
He packs out stadiums. I'm talking about stadiums like from city to city.
Right.
I don't know where those people come from. I'm not crazy.
They just come in, they know he's there,
And I feel like
I can't even walk to his car.
I feel like that's one African artist that is not really getting what he deserves.
Globally, the recognition.
Globally, yes.
Yeah.
Okay. He is Diamond Platinum's is a star.
What do you think is missing?
I don't know. I've looked at it. I feel like what is also working for Nigerian artists is the population.
One out of every 8 black people in the world is Nigerian.
You have 250 million people behind your brand, behind your music.
Yeah.
Like I always say, America is 300 and some million. Just a country in Africa, Nigeria is 250 million. Right. So if that 250 million supports you, You can't.
No, you can't.
And there's Nigerians. Have you ever been anywhere where there's no Nigerians? Like,
No, I haven't. And I'm trying to go to Nigeria.
how many Tanzanians have you met? Damn. South Africans?
Yeah.
Oh, I see. There you go.
Yeah.
So I
Didn't even give me a number.
So I think that's what's happening to him. But I feel like soon the world will hear him.
Yeah.
Right.
You know.
Do you feel like, so I learned a new genre, so excuse my pronunciation. Do you feel like Nigeria is taking over Amapiano?
Is it?
It's still the same thing I said. Population. The whole South Africa is like, what, 51 million?
Yeah.
51 million people. Okay? And you're looking at a population
Times
of
4.
250 million people.
Times 5, my bad.
And the level of poverty in that country of 250 million people, everybody is looking for an outlet. And that outlet is either music, the creative industry.
Yeah.
It has to be like everybody's looking for an outlet, and that's music is the easiest thing they can jump to.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So you bring them a piano, they're gonna dissect it, look at it, they can make it their own because they have the numbers.
Yeah.
So the answer is yes, they are taking over.
They still like taking over. If you want to hear the original Amapiano, it's still from South Africa.
It's still from South Africa.
Whatever,
yeah.
like it or not.
Yeah.
Now we're not from South Africa. What we know Amapiano. If Asake says Amapiano,
So, yeah.
we say that's him. That's Amapiano.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Right.
you're spreading that
Spreading Amapiano
to a larger
population. Yeah.
So you can easily own it.
Right.
Yeah. But it still originates. I mean, they still own it, but, Nigeria is pushing it.
Yeah, when we go to South Africa, there are so many Amapiano artists,
Oh, my
beautiful
gosh.
Amapianos
Man.
that we haven't even heard.
And different flavors that,
Different flavors, yes.
some of these kids, man, they're so good, but,
But the one we enjoy,
Kids producing?
yeah, 20 years old.
the Amapiano that's coming from Nigeria is diluted. It's different. It's not
Okay.
the original.
Authentic, yeah.
And I saw something on social media. One of these DJ Mafarosa, he's saying that these DJs in Africa,
Nigerian
DJs are messing up the Amapiano sound.
playing at 120 BPM. We say, slow it down, please. Yeah.
Typical to it.
But you don't blame them. They don't know. It's just the song.
They just
He's like, here we go.
because Mafuriso is actually the only, and a lot of people don't talk about this enough. He's the only guy who's been able to get Burna Boy and Wizkid on a song.
Yeah.
Like 5 years ago, maybe.
He's really.
Yeah, I don't think Wizkid and Burna Boy have done any other song together, unless I'm mistaken.
Yeah. It's really,
It was on Amapiano song when the genre was still fairly new.
yeah.
Yep.
Right.
Mm.
Well, today has been very informative for me. Kind of pronounce it one more time.
Okay.
Amapiano.
Yeah.
Amapiano.
Yeah, sing it.
Amapiano.
Yeah.
I got it right.
Yeah.
Amapiano.
Yes.
Amapiano.
Okay.
Tune into Amapiano. Go listen to the
Amapiano.
Well, today has been great.
Yep.
Amazing.
Oh my gosh, conversations. Like, we have so much more to still dig into.
Yeah.
Like, it's just always never enough time.
No, never enough time.
Subscribe, tune into the next episode, and we'll be back.